Hello everyone. It's one of your favorite brothers, Phil, streaming in live from Hong Kong, where we have just wrapped up an incredible week here in the financial capital of Asia. I wanted to hop on the camera to give you a quick update on everything that we're seeing on the ground and why I'm so excited about what's going on in crypto right now. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, as well. It's been an amazing day for me. As you all know, I am married to EZA and it is the love of my life, so there's no better way for me to spend it than working. And Saturday today, 14 Feb, has been an incredible day. So we kicked off the week here in Hong Kong. We got in over the weekend, really super long flight. It was about 14 hours long. We arrived and boom, Monday we were straight into meetings. Now, why were we here? Because the Super Bowl of blockchain consensus was here, and we were, of course, here with the EZA Consensus Arena hosting an incredible hackathon where we'll be getting people building the future of crypto. Now, Asia is really interesting. I'm sure all of you have heard of the whales of Asia, the great whales of Korea, the great whales of Japan, the great whales of China. There is an incredible amount of crypto wealth and also normal wealth in these parts of the world. So we were at a number of very interesting meetings and a number of very interesting meetups as well. One of the big themes at the moment is, of course, digital assets treasury companies. And one of the really exciting things that we found and that we saw people were talking about was about these DATs. And they are looking at them very heavily. A lot of Asian family offices are looking at putting capital into those. So there were some very interesting discussions around them. In particular, one of the reasons that some of these family offices are looking at DATs as opposed to just ETFs is because they see that there is a team behind it. And that I thought was really interesting, a very interesting perspective, because a lot of people think, well, should I just put my money into an XRP ETF? Should I put it into a DAT? Should I put it into something like Evernorth? We'll come on to that in a second. And it was a really cool perspective. So family offices were big out here. DATs were big out here. And we kicked off consensus on Wednesday. Of course, we opened doors. You'll have seen on Twitter by now that the lines were outside the door. I mean, it was incredible. People say there's a bear market, and yes, I guess technically we're kind of in a bear market right now. It certainly feels like it, like I said last week in my video. But if you were inside, you wouldn't have noticed it. I mean, this was the biggest EZA Consensus Arena we've ever hosted. We had more people than we've ever had before. People are just excited about the space. And I think, you know what my takeaway is from that? Is that bear markets and markets like these have flushed out the tourists. I think that the people who are genuinely here, the people who know why they're here, haven't left. Like, that's the important thing. It's only the tourists who have left, and the diehards, the people who really have conviction, are still here. And look, this is capitalism. This is how it works. There are always going to be cycles. There are going to be ups. There are going to be downs. We know what happens. And I remember one of the really bad bear markets that we had, of course, was in 2022. And I remember we were outside this conference. It would have been in Austin. This would have been Consensus Austin. Yeah. And there was this guy called Lou who we met outside. We were all walking to the same event. And we were talking. We're like, Lou, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Like, it really feels like something has happened in the markets. Like, what do you think? And of course, we were big believers on the builder side, but markets are important too. And Lou, who's a very savvy businessman who has been in the space for a long time, said, look, Phil, Dom, that's capitalism. And as sure as the sun will rise and as sure as the sun will set every day, that's how this works. That's how cycles work. And so look, the sun is going to set, but it's going to rise. And look, if you genuinely think that the sun is not going to rise tomorrow, we've got pretty big problems. And I was like, whoa, that's actually super deep. And that, like, I've never actually forgotten about that many years later, about his explanation of that. And so anyway, it was really interesting. Now, on the show floor as well, there were loads of different networks, of course. We saw that Ripple had some really, really cool banners around the venue as well. And of course, we hosted a fireside chat together with Sagar Shah, who is the Chief Business Officer of Evernorth, XRPN, and he was sharing a little bit more about their DAT as well. Of course, the biggest XRP DAT in the world. Very, very exciting. I don't believe there is a recording, so I'll try to summarize. I think obviously he did emphasize the fact that behind that there is a real team. They've got real experience. Of course, they also have support from Brad, David, who are going to be real key players as well in terms of providing that oversight and also that support as well. And look, there are loads of ways to get access to digital assets today. You can buy it on an exchange, you can buy the spot asset, you can buy the ETF, you can buy a DAT. And I think one of the cool things, obviously, is that, through a DAT, and I've been thinking about this more and more over the past couple of days, and especially just seeing other people really understand this too, it's like there's a team behind it, right? And so I thought that was really, really interesting. But why am I so excited right now? Like, why am I pretty much the most excited that I've ever been? I think it's a lot of different things. Obviously, being with other people in the space, there's just so much energy that you get from that. And also seeing that people in Asia are really just thinking about this super in depth. I think it's interesting that in the States, there has, over the past couple of years, obviously been a pretty hostile regulatory environment for crypto. That's changed over the past year with the current administration. But really, Asia has just been this massive stronghold for it. And it's cool to see different people's takes and to see that Asia has really, really embraced it. I think maybe that's also because they see these problems a lot more often as well. People flew in from Singapore, from Japan, from Korea, from Malaysia, and particularly in places like Malaysia where there's lots of remittances, or Philippines as well. We had a couple of people come out that came up to us and said, hey, from the Philippines, people from India as well. I think people out in Asia really understand the real world utility of crypto. And so that's maybe why they just grok it. And there are a lot of Asian whales. Of course, a lot of people want to make money in crypto as well. And they know where they're putting their money as well and their conviction. So that, I would say, is just a very, very quick summary of our week in Hong Kong. It's an amazing, amazing place. Of course, I had my fair share of Chinese food as well, and my fair share of dim sum. Got to always love a little bit of dim sum as well. So I would say that next up, if I come to that next in the next section, next up, we of course are going to be hitting the road again. We've got a couple more meetings out here in Hong Kong, meeting with various institutions, big players in the space as well. And next up, we are going to be hitting the road again. I'm trying to think if I'm going to give any spoilers. Okay, if you were at Consensus Hong Kong, or if you watched any of our tweets, you might have seen in the photo where we're going to be next. I'll leave that as an Easter egg to see if anybody can find it. I'll actually be pretty interested. And yeah, I mean, just to wrap up, last week when I made this type of video, everybody seemed to love it. So, let me know if you want me to continue these. I think it sounds like you want about one per week, where I'm just literally just sharing. I'm here. I'm sort of got out of the gym about 2 hours ago, and I'm just here in my gym clothes, very, very just raw, just sharing my thoughts. And I thought that those were some of the most interesting things from this week. Obviously, a lot of cool speakers as well. We had Tom Lee, who has his DAT as well. We had Charles Hoskinson. We had, obviously, Sagar, who we hosted on Fireside Chat. We, of course, had Dom on stage as well. I was on stage. Just overall, a really, really fantastic week. And there will be Consensus Miami as well, where we're going to be going big. That's going to be in May. So we'll keep you posted on everywhere that we're going to be. Really appreciate everybody's support on Twitter as well, or X, as they're trying to make us call it now. I can't call it X. Just, I don't know, something about it. Maybe other people like me too. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, really excited to have everybody on this journey with us. And we've got some very, very exciting news to share with you in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a very, very happy weekend, everyone. And for everybody who celebrates Valentine's Day away from their laptops, have an amazing evening.